Okay, a few minutes. Part 2 of the story. So you recall Rabbi's story. This is this is SIMCHAS between 1950 and 1956. So he was 6 years in the Siberian labor camp, primarily Polish ruffians, as he describes them, who were sentenced to 25 years hard labor for resisting the Russian occupation of Poland. And he kept Shabbos. And now they were transferred to a new barrack and a new kind of work. And the prisoners were divided into brigades, around 30 people. Each one had a brigadier, who himself was a prisoner, in charge of making sure that everybody did, the quota, what was required. So it was a Shana Rabbah that had happened, that Rabbi and 11 other guys, had 12 guys that moved to a new brigade. And he hears the way one of them tells the brigadier, this guy doesn't work on Shabbos and Yom Tov. The brigadier says, what are you talking about? He says. So it comes now, Shmini Atzeres the next day. They're going out to work, and the brigadier says, you're going. The Basha says, it's Yom Tov, he's not working. And he explains to him SIMCHAS, and the brigadier brings it back to Poland. He lived amongst Jews, he remembers SIMCHAS. It softened his heart, a moment of nostalgia. He said, okay, come, don't work, but you got to be there. You got to be at the area. Softened my memories of happier times. So, now what's we're up to? So the new brigade, which Rabbi should be trying to say Shmini Atzeres in the morning, we'll soon get the SIMCHAS Torah. So they were transferred. It was a construction crew tasked with building houses. On that day, Shmini Atzeres, they were putting the final touches on a few houses that were nearly complete. So Rabbi decided to go into one of them and daven, and concentrate as the crew is working. As he's finishing his davening, a prisoner runs into the house. He's beet red, dripping with perspiration. Come quick, it's really bad. He got lost in his davening, and he missed the noontime head count, which they did every day to keep track of the 200 prisoners that were all working in that area. And then they had their lunch. So he's missing. And the officers, these are the Russians, whoever they were, the brigadier is responsible. They're screaming at him, and they're going to teach him for this failure. And that is thrown into a pit for 15 days. So they ran to get him. This is right then, towards 12 o'clock. Rabbi arrives at the lineup, and the brigadier is frightened. He says to him, that's how you repay my kindness for allowing you to work? Show up to the lineup. Rabbi apologizes and said he lost track of time. I'm sorry. The brigadier is shaking, and he says to him, from now on, you stay within my sights. Okay, the Basha agreed. And they stop talking as the officer walks by, staring at them, and then gives a nod. Okay, let it pass. This time the guy showed up, and a few seconds late, he leaves. The officer lets it go. So after lunch, the prisoners go back to work, and the brigadier assigns 2 prisoners to work and watch next to the Basha to make sure he doesn't wander off and get lost. Or just now the line will continue tomorrow. The Basha there sits there and he starts to think of all the Yidden all over the world. Tonight's in SIMCHAS Torah. And here, look where he is. And he wanted to sing and digging for Yom Tov, but how's he going to do that? So that will continue Be'ez Hashem tomorrow. It's not unlike the story of the kid I told you. Right, friends? And a wonderful day, everybody. So this